appreciate you taking some time for me today. I won't hold you up too long. I mean, the call is really designed to be a conversation to help you figure out, if what we do is a good fit for you. So, I mean, do you have questions for me at the rip, or should I just lay it all out? Okay. Okay. DBQs, yep. Mm-hmm. Okay, so typically what most vets are missing is a nexus. So all a nexus is there's three ways to get a nexus. The one that we focus on is a legal document written by a medical professional that says this was caused by that. Okay, that's all it is. Okay, all right. Okay, so I mean that's what we do, right? There's two other ways to get it. One, if you have something in your STRs, your service treatment records, if you have a diagnosis of something or a complaint of something in your STRs and you have a current diagnosis, the VBA will pick up on that thread between those two and say, aha, right? There's a nexus, and boom, claim awarded. So that's one way. But most veterans didn't go to sick call, right? So if you didn't go to sick call for something, it's not documented in your STRs, you're probably not going to win that claim. Okay. So that's like most people's that's most people's like knees, feet, back, shoulders, because they're all jacked up, but nobody went to sick call for it. They just took ibuprofen, right? Okay. So do you have a current diagnosis? Let me stop you. Do you have a current diagnosis of something with your foot, your knee, or your hip? Current diagnosis, something going on. Okay. So then you've satisfied. Okay. So you've satisfied the requirements for a nexus then for that particular avenue. You've got complaint history documented in your STRs. You've got a current issue going on with your knees. So you file that claim, you should win it. The VA should pick up on that thread and award you the claim. Right. So it will be a supplemental. Yep. Right. Okay. So yes, the answer is yes. So if you've got a claim in flight and it's already at step 4 or 5, I mean, that's either evidence review or rating, right? So you're either in the rating process. Right? Okay. So if you were to submit a new claim now, it would appear that they would merge the two claims. So that means that it would move your claim that appears to be at stage 5 or step 5, would move it all the way back to step 1. Now, that's the appearance of it. Is it actual merged? No way of knowing. But the anxiety that causes when it moves a claim that was almost done, man, it's at step 5 and there's only 8 steps, right? So it gives the appearance of it really slows that claim down. So, I mean, I'm not a VSO, George. I can't give you any claims advice, but that appearance of them merging those two claims is not worth the juice to squeeze. Typically what you want to do most of the time when you have a claim in flight, the ball is in their court. You don't want to serve them another ball. They juggle and drop it, right? You want to wait for them to hit that ball back to you. So you most of the times you want to get a decision letter. What happens is on those decision letters, the VA has a very templated, response that they send. They usually send like 2 favorable findings and then the basis for the denial. So the 2 favorable findings, you're like, yeah, you diagnosed me with this. Yeah, I served in this area at this time. Yeah. Oh, then why'd you deny me the claim, right? But that claim denial on that decision letter is the breadcrumb that points you north, right? It really helps you decide what your next step is as far as fighting it. So if you're in flight for mental health and headaches, right? Headaches right now. Yeah. So those are the 2 that I could probably help you with. So, you probably don't want to submit any new claims right now on that. You want to wait to see what the VA does. Now, I can't stop you. I mean, if you wanted to go forward and get the evidence from me, I mean, you could do that, but it's probably not in your best interest. Right. So, okay. So let's get into it. So primaries are things that you blame directly on the service. So that is your knees, your mental health, tinnitus. Those are all primaries. You blame them directly on your time in the Corps. Okay. Secondaries, you blame on the primaries. So in other words, like I'm service connected for headaches on a secondary basis to tinnitus. So tinnitus was my icebreaker claim. That was my first claim. I had 0 medical evidence, right? So I filed tinnitus. I won it. And then I came back and I got this same package, the same package that you're able to get. That was my only evidence I submitted for headaches. But I had to win tinnitus first because I couldn't blame headaches on the Air Force. I had to blame headaches on tinnitus. So it doesn't change the rating. It's just a logical medical connection point. Causation. Right. That's what I'm seeing too. You could possibly win the mental health claim. So if you've got a legitimate stressor or, you went to behavioral health while you're in the Corps or either one of those scenarios, you'll probably win the mental health claim, right? You may win it at 10 or 30. They may just award it to you and hope you go away, or they may lowball you, right? So that's a typical MO from the VA. Headaches, unless you went to sick call for headaches, man, you're probably not going to win that. You're going to need a Nexus letter. Now, hopefully you come back to me and I can help you with that. That's what they do. Could. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So it's a secondary again, because you didn't get diagnosed with sleep apnea while you're in service, right? So you got diagnosed afterwards. So we need to connect it on a secondary basis. So a lot of secondary connection points for sleep apnea is mental health. Sometimes it's respiratory. Sometimes it's ortho, right? So ortho has an intermediate step of like weight gain or lack of activity, lack of exercise kind of thing. That intermediate step doesn't really come into play, but that's how we get there, right? Sleep apnea secondary to Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, okay, so you've got a lot of things in play right now, and you need the dust to settle. The best way to go forward, if you wanted to go forward with us, the best way to go forward is to get those decision letters when they deny you, and let us, evaluate those and see the basis for their denial. Right, the basis gives us that clue, and if we can legitimately write you something that helps you win that claim based on why they denied it, we'll tell you. If we can't, we'll tell you. Right? If it, so. Yeah, yeah. So let me lay it out for you as far as legitimacy. So, like, I'm not a VSO, so I can't give you any claims advice. I can't pull your records. I can't file a claim for you. All we do is write legitimate medical evidence based on, what you got going on, right? So the process is this: I'll send you the link to our website. So if you're at any time you're squared away and ready to roll, you just click on that link and get rolling. The link doesn't expire. Okay. What you would do is you click on that link. We'll create you a dashboard. That dashboard has a secure folder in there. That secure folder is where you would upload a copy of your sleep study if we're working on sleep apnea, and then any decision letters that they denied you on. You upload those decision letters. Like I said, that gives us that, starting point for writing your rebuttal. Okay. And then, go ahead. Right. Yeah. So yeah, you would. Yeah, you would upload those to us. Anything that supports your claim, we would want to see that so we could either incorporate it or at least reference it. Right. It strengthens your claim. Then you would have after you check out. So you pay first. Pay before you see my doctor. So then after checkout, you're able to schedule a telehealth visit with one of my doctors. They'll evaluate any records you sent up. They'll set a phone call with you, and then have that interview. After that's done, then you receive your evidence package back, right? My doctor writes that for you, delivers it to you. I can't submit it, so you have to submit it. And that's how that whole process works. Generally takes about 3 to 6 weeks. And that some of that depends on how fast you want to move. Mm-hmm. Right. So, okay. So if you wanted to work on headaches, I got you the prices in there in that email as well. It's $847. Right. Okay. The good thing about that, it is a price per piece of medical evidence, right? Or per package. Yeah. So you do pay that up front, but then when you win, we don't get anything on the back end. We don't get any of your increase. We don't get any of your percentage back pay. We don't get any of that. But yeah, so for your knees and your hips specifically, you're going to have another connection point for us to write you a Nexus. So then the Nexus letter does have a separate charge or different charge than, like, say, headaches. So Nexus letter is just $700, whereas the headaches, you get a full package, and that's $850. So there is some slight differences there. So it kind of depends on what you need. I mean, we can always get back together on the phone and kind of lay out what you need. The email that I sent you is just basing it on headaches and mental health. All right. So I've laid out what you need for those. Yeah, right. So if you wanted to work on like hips and knees, I mean, we need to kind of get together and lay out, can we do that? Since you're never going to be in the same room as my doctor, I mean, that may be on the, list of things we can't work on. Okay. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. I know. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Right. 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 Okay. Well, so I mean, one of the things that you're hitting on, there's a couple of things you're hitting on actually. One is, I mean, nobody cares about your claim more than you do, right? I mean, you went, all these years with nothing, and now you're trying to fight for it, and you really just need some momentum, and we can help build that. I mean, you'll get there, right? The process itself is designed to make you quit, right? So that's kind of what you're hitting up against now. I mean, it's designed by bureaucrats. It doesn't take into account logic or common sense. It's all written based off of the CFR. So the CFR is like this opaque, it's Code of Federal Regulations, right? So CFR is this opaque kind of, obscure bureaucratic document that's tough to read. But I mean, once you kind of get into it and understand it, build the momentum, you see why they do what they do, it does start to make sense. I mean, I've been doing this for a while, and I can, I kind of see why they do what they do. Our strategy, or my strategy, is to focus on high value claims. So those move the needle the most. The closer you get to 100, the harder it gets. The way the VA math works, it's not just you get a 10%er and a 10%er, you're at 20%. No, you get a 10%er and a 10%er, you're at 19%, and they round you to 20. So the VA math is wonky, as you'll find out. But by focusing on, like, if you win mental health at 50, then you win headaches at 50, then you win sleep apnea at 50. Now you're at 90%. Right. So, I mean, yeah. So then that you're at the toughest 10%, but you got 290 with just 3 claims. So that's what I mean by it really moves the needle quite a bit. And that's what we focus on. So you're able to do all of those with us. Correct. Well, so yeah, sleep apnea is definitely on the table. It's just a matter of, is it the appetizer or is it the dessert? So it's an order. It's an order of things, right? We got to make sure that your mental health is service connected first, because that's the primary, and sleep apnea is going to be a secondary. So we got to do it in the order that statistically puts us in the best position to win it. Okay, so we're not really going off of your symptoms here so much. The evidence package is based on your symptoms, but the strategy is real based on statistics. We want to put you in the best possible position you could be in to win it. So there's an order of things. But yeah, we'll get to all of them. It just maybe 2 next, and then the third to finish it off. That kind of thing, or it could be 1 at a time, or it could be all 3. I mean, it kind of just depends on how they treat you out the gate here. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I mean, you're over the hump on that. I mean, the step 3 is the longest step, so you're already in step 5. I mean, you could be getting a decision letter, any week now. So it could be another week, it could be 2, it could be 3, but I mean, you're really near the end there. It sounds like. Now, obviously, I can't control their timeline, but just based off of what I know, yeah. Okay. Hmm. Right. Right. So one thing you can do now, George, is start a new intent to file. So do you know while you're waiting on them, I mean, the ball's in their court, but you could put them back on the clock. So there's a couple of reasons you would do that. Like right now, when they render a decision, they'll give you a year to appeal it. And then you get your back pay. And that year is just for back pay, right? Just keep your back pay clock ticking. That's all that does. You can let the year lapse and still file an appeal even after the year is gone, but you just lose out on that back pay. Okay. So they give you that year and they're still on the clock as long as you're filing an appeal for those 2 claims, the mental health and the headaches. The notice of intent to file is what the VBA calls starting a new claim. So the reason that you would want to start a new claim if you're going to file something you haven't filed before, it would be a way to keep them on the clock and keep your back pay active for new claims. So obviously you're hoping to win both of these. Chances are you probably going to lose the headaches claim, maybe win the mental health claim. Okay. So the sleep apnea could be, you could put them on the clock right now. If you haven't filed that before, it won't be an appeal. It'll be a new. Oh, okay. You have. I'm sorry. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, you're right. I missed that. Okay. Right. Yeah. Correct. Yep. That's the playbook. Yep. Okay. So, I mean, you're in a good spot here, man, and we can help you with all those. We just got to put them in order and then get you the evidence you need to win the claim. Yeah. Correct. Yep. Yeah. 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 So I'm your single point of contact. So if you ever have any questions, man, just either come in on text or email. If you come in on text or email, I will respond. If you come in on phone, this is a one-way device for me. I'm on this call like 15 times a day. Okay. 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 Perfect. Sounds like a plan. I like it. All right, George. Well, thank you for the time today, man. You bet. All right. Have a good one. All right, bye.